Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina, and it's time for our live stream show. That's right, y'all. It's Sunday night, and it is time for that Sunday night live stream show. Off the Hook with Captain Hubbard, and tonight got some special guests in studio this beautiful Sunday night, and looking forward to talking Old Salt's King of the Beach tournament with our friends Amy and Tommy Verdensky from Old Salt's Fishing Club, and we're going to be talking all about King of the Beach here all afternoon, night long here on the show. Plus, of course, giving you guys the update on the weather, what's going on now, what's coming up, what we're catching, what we're excited about, and talking about those kingfish and mackerel, and a little bit of tips and tricks, a little bit more about how you can get into that tournament, win some big money, and we're giving away a free entry tonight, huh?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, stoked about that.
Yes.
A free entry to King of the Beach, and of course all our free trips that we normally give away as well. So over $1,500 in free fishing trips with us, a free entry to King of the Beach, and that Hubbard's Marina swag pack. So lots of giveaways tonight, lots of cool information. We'll give you a quick update on the Golf Council meeting that we just got back from as well. But we have an in-depth video and some really good articles coming out about that this week, and some really big potential news, some exciting potential news that's coming out of that meeting too. So stay tuned, sit back, relax. Hopefully you're ready for a good show. Don't forget, the show is brought to you by our friends over there at Gator Gyms Tackle. If you have not stopped by and seen our friends at Gator Gyms, make sure you do so. Tell them Hubbard's Marina sent you. If you bring a young angler with you, they do have a free gift for the young angler in your life if you bring them with you and tell them Hubbard's Marina sent you. Also, keep in mind as well, we want to give a shout out to those in our supporters group, those sending stars as well, helping to fuel the show. We had a lot of star senders to kick us off tonight, and I want to make sure we give them a shout out. LaShonda Brown, Jasmine Marie, Samuel Lang with a big 490 stars, Charlie Pollins, Larry White with a big 500, Keith White, what's up, buddy? Ryan Kelly, Yukimi Barker, Richard Bedwell with 1,000 stars. Thank you, Richard, and Frank Pender as well. And of course, a big shout out to all of those in our supporters group as well. Thank you, guys. Then with that, we want to get into the photos. We're going to go quick tonight. Normally we show you what we're catching, then we talk a little bit about the weather. Tonight we're going to kind of speed that up a little bit so we have plenty of time to talk to Amy and Tommy and get into detail on King of the Beach. So let's show you guys what we're catching now, what we're seeing out there on the water. We'll start inshore, and then we'll work our way nearshore and offshore. So starting off a little of some inshore photos. This is from our inshore photos, but this is our friend Luke Simons with a juvenile amberjack from his beach fishing trips, kind of beach adjacent fishing trips, I should say. But he's catching some nice ones out there. A lot of redfish. The redfish action has been crazy lately. The trout, the speckled trout bite has really picked up now that the water temperature is cooling down, starting to see those bigger, look at that yellowmouth trout.
Yeah, gator trout there.
Yes, sir. Starting to get a little bit of gator trout weather, and this week's cold front should bring that water temperature down a little bit more and maybe make them even more active. Seeing a lot of those redfish, the soft plastic paddle tails have been a big hit, but the early morning surface plugs have definitely become popular as we get into that fall weather. It is definitely prime time for the redfish, though, throughout the entire area from the beaches to the passes and then all the way to the upper bay and back bay waters. We are still seeing a lot of snook, but the snook action has slowed down. The only person that we're getting snook photos on the beach from is Scott Sadorf, but it's kind of cheating, right?
Yeah.
So Scott's catching a lot of snook on the beach, but everybody else is mostly seeing those snook in the back bay and upper bay areas. A lot of those snook have really retreated back. The mouths of the creeks, the rivers, definitely more into their wintertime staging patterns. But as it warms up, in the wintertime, even between these cold fronts, some of those snook do push out into the beaches, and that's where Scott's finding them. But this cold front this week will hopefully, all those snook will get back into the upper bay and escape that colder water. The flounder, though, have really picked up. It's weird now, though. We have that spawning closure for flounder. It started October 15th and runs through the end of November. So no keeping flounder right now, but a lot of them are biting well, of course. We are seeing Krabby and Jeremy get a lot of big flounder out there near shore. Yes. Jeremy was filling me in on his secret trips.
Secret spot.
Yeah. We've done it a couple times. It's an exciting day.
Yeah, fishing those flounder on those near shore areas.
Yeah.
Definitely some sandy bottom adjacent to structures, what you're looking for when you're finding those flounder. We're seeing a lot of the mackerel pour into the area. We're seeing a lot on the beaches. We're catching a lot trolling. We're seeing them even in the pass in the morning.
Them in the pass.
That's good.
Yeah. Don's dock today, this morning, there was a big school of bait, and that bait got a little too far from the dock, and the mackerel started going crazy. So
we had someone catch like 6 mackerel before they left the pass. They were just dragging spoons.
Oh, yeah.
Before they got on the bridge.
Zalewski?
Probably.
He starts trolling before he makes the corner at Don's dock.
Turn, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. There's a lot of mackerel around in the pass in the early mornings. During the day, it seems like they push off a little bit more, but we're seeing a lot of mackerel action for sure. And haven't seen a ton of kingfish yet, though. Some schoolies.
Yep. We got some bigger fish coming this week.
Yeah, that full moon.
With that mackerel pusher we just got to, and a ton of ladyfish offshore. So
Lady offshore,
just near shore on the beach with that east wind that we were having.
I got you. Pushed them
stacked up, and it's a lot and some decent fish caught. We had some big fish caught in the bay over the weekend. Even at the Skyway, they got a couple nice fish there. So it's starting to happen.
Yeah.
I think with this next push, we're going to see a lot more.
We had that one decent cold front. What was that, like 2.5 weeks ago now?
Yeah.
And right behind that, they caught that first kingfish at the Skyway, and I was like, oh, man, it's going to pop. But then it warmed up, and the kingfish didn't really pop off.
They just slowed down, a little bit, and they're waiting for that water temp to come down. And like I said, now that we're seeing the bait, we're seeing the ladyfish, we're seeing the Spanish mackerel. So the bait source is there. The kingfish are going to be with it.
Brian Harris, our bait guy, who catches all those crabs and pinfish for us, he was slow trolling an 18-inch ladyfish and got demolished. Nice. And Saturday had it all the way to the boat in the prop wash and lost it before they could ever see it.
Dan Casey, unfortunately, had the same thing with Krabby this weekend.
Yeah.
Right off the rip, 8 o'clock in the morning. Big bait, big ladyfish. But the big thing, everything's been on the beach because of that east wind. You got to watch out for crab traps.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so many crab traps in just that one line, and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
Like, as far as the lines are concerned or ball color, I mean, it's just
a lot of recreational traps out there.
A lot of traps.
They don't put them straight.
Yeah. But and the stone crab's been good.
It has.
So far, it's been, it's nice to see, So.
And if you're looking for stone crabs, we have them at Don's Dock, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Lots of stone crabs at Don's Dock.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So we're excited. It is stone crab season. With stone crabs, though, I mean, that sets up that sets up all the bait for the mackerel and the trolling along the beaches. This is a time of year that once you can get out there, even if you have like a canoe darn near, if you can just troll those crab trap buoys with a little planer and a spoon, you can get plenty of mackerel.
Plenty. Absolutely. And not only that, when you're out there, you're always looking for that little wet paper bag, like plastic-looking bag underneath that ball, and that's a triple tail starting to come in too, and that's can't beat that.
Yeah, got to keep your eyes peeled for the triple tail. Yeah. I was talking about that in a seminar at Bass Pro recently, how you're cruising the crab trap lines, trolling for those mackerel and kingfish, but keep your eyes peeled. And if you do see a triple tail, don't stop with your trolling lines. Troll past it, slow down, reel in the trolling lines, then come back around for that triple tail.
That's it. Go hang out there.
What's your favorite thing to throw at a triple tail?
I don't know. I like little white bait, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff that we throw, but we've always got another little jig going, too. Whatever. It's always something ready.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's like more like something we're using for bait, bait fishing wise. So it's, for a ladyfish or something along those lines.
Like a little greenback?
Greenback.
A lot of people say the greenbacks. I've always had better luck with shrimp, but that's because we always have shrimp on the boat for hogfish, And
we'll throw shrimp, like I said, if we have them. A lot of times we'll tip, when we're looking for bigger blue runners, we'll tip the number 15s and with shrimp. So we'll have shrimp on the boat too. Throw the shrimp at them. I think they're gonna eat.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're ready to eat, they're gonna eat. If they start sinking, they're gonna mellow out there. You just don't waste your time.
So you throw a bait at it, and it starts sinking away from you. It's spooked at that point. Don't keep trying.
Yeah, you know, not for real long. I mean, you can throw it a couple times, but after that, move to the next ball or wait till your next pass and throw at it again. See if he chills out.
It's what we find a lot of times is like you see that triple tail on that buoy on your way offshore or on your way trolling. Even if you spook them, a lot of times if you come back, they're still going to be on that same buoy.
Same spot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just hanging out, you know.
I mean, you could literally go run a trip of like a half-day trip and come back 5 hours later, and he's still on that same buoy.
Yeah,
they're kind of silly like that.
It is, isn't it? But you know, they get thick here.
Yeah,
you know, on the traps, and you look at some crab traps. I mean, it's consistent chum.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna bait everywhere.
Yep.
That's what it is. Big old chum blocks they put out for us.
Yes.
So it's
they add that nice little line and that buoy for us too. It's not only a chum block, but a nice bait attractor.
Yeah.
You know, it's also you can cut your line too, which you got to be careful when you're out there doing it. But
you can get your kingfish broke off by a crab trap.
Yes, you can.
All right, let's talk about the Nearshore photos real quick, and we'll rip through these and show you guys the weather, and then we'll get into our full King of the Beach chat. So Nearshore fishing wise, we're doing pretty well out there on the hogfish. The hogfish bite has picked up quite a bit and should only get better and better, especially this week's cold front should bring in those hogfish even more. Today on the 10-hour trip, Captain James only had 21 people. It was a private charter, and it was a an electrical company, a bunch of construction contractors, and even with plenty of beverages and burgers flowing, they caught 20 keeper hogfish and tons of big lane snapper. So the hogfish bite is on and should be stellar Tuesday. If you are too busy to go fishing, you're just too busy. And if you are able, get out there Tuesday. It is the day to call in sick to work right ahead of that cold front. We're going to show you guys the weather here in a second, but you'll see what I mean in a minute. Tuesday is shaping up to be the day to get out there on the water and capitalize on that hogfish bite ahead of that low pressure, backside of the full moon. Everything is coming together to basically make Tuesday one of the best days to get out there for sure. So it's not often that you have kind of all the variables come together. And Tuesday looks like it. I mean, the backside, you're 4 days behind a full moon and front side of a big cold front pushing down. Water temperature's right.
I'm game.
I know,
I
right?
play hooky on
Talked me into it, didn't I? You guys are always welcome. Definitely a good time to get out there. We're seeing some nice mangrove snapper, even in shallower 40, 50, 60 foot of water targeting hogfish. We're seeing some good sized mangrove snapper, even a few of those yellowtails, lots of the lane snapper. It's been stellar, plus plenty of the hogfish. Still getting to catch and release gag grouper, but an overall really good bite of fish right now. Wow. Great time to get out there. And the long range trips, super, super good fishing right now. The 44 hour that came in today had over 20 keeper mutton snapper.
Wow.
Nice.
The mutton snapper fishing has just been absolutely insane. Getting muttons on jigs, on squid, on pinfish, on cut bait, it does not matter. The mutton snapper fishing has been really, really good for us. And still stumbling upon some of your Nearshore there, flounder, catching and releasing those. And like I said, the mutton snapper of all sizes. And even in pretty shallow water, we're seeing some nice mutton snapper. Half-day trips, catching plenty of the gray snapper. You still have a chance for the hogfish on a half-day trip, but you really want to try to get out there on a 10-hour to have plenty of time to target them. And then private charters are a great opportunity as well. Now, I do want to mention, if you want to win free trips, as always, guys, you have to comment once on our Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream. That enters you for a chance to win some of the free fishing trips we're giving away. We've got the 5-hour half day for 2. We've got the 10-hour all day for 2. We've got the 39-hour trip for 1 guest. And we're giving away that King of the Beach free entry tonight. But you have to mention, or you have to comment, KOTB, King of the Beach, short for King of the Beach, KOTB. If you're a local, I don't think anybody spells out King of the Beach anymore. No. I still text that to people and like, what are you talking about? So KOTB is what you want to comment, King of the Beach. That comment enters you for a chance to win. So Kevin, just put it in there. Josh, you got it right, KOTB. So that's what you want to do. You have to comment once to enter to win fishing trips. Comment KOTB specifically to get entered into that free entry giveaway to the King of the Beach tournament. So literally you could just comment one time, KOTB, and you're entered for both. But that's it. KOTB as in boy, Angel. So B as in boy, King of the Beach. There it is. So you guys got it. Everybody's doing it right now. So KOTB. Josh, does it have to be by itself specifically? No. Oh, okay. It could be KOTB anywhere in the comment. Perfect. All right. So we got that out there. Everybody's giving that a shout out. Let's mention the weather real quick, and we'll pop on over to the Hubbard's Marina website page. Under fishing trips, we're going to click the weather links page, and right on our weather links page, we'll start out in the wind finder forecast and show you guys what I was talking about. There it is. There's the cold front, and Tuesday is looking spectacular. Wind picks up around 4 or 5 o'clock, right as that 10-hour all-day makes it inshore. And we've got gorgeous weather Tuesday ahead of that cold front coming in, and backside of that full moon, literally right before the front. Things are lining up.
It's like you said.
That looks nice.
Everything's going to be chilling. Inside.
It doesn't get better.
Offshore done. No. That's it.
Yeah, that's your opportunity. Monday doesn't look bad either. Still a little breezy out of the east in the morning, but it's finally going to relent a little bit Monday mid-morning and give us a little bit of a break. It's going to be nautical Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday, and then it starts calming down a little bit Saturday. So get out there and take advantage of the good weather ahead of the front. Really, Monday's okay. Tuesday is great weather-wise, and that's what you're focused on right now. Then you have that big cold front Tuesday night into Wednesday. It's going to be blowing out of the north. It might have a little bit of a cold front over this weekend coming up. That's what keeps that north wind blowing for like 4 days. But it's kind of early to tell. Things can shift around a little bit. So there's a lot of tropical action out there too. Nothing really close, but still the tropical season's hanging on.
It is.
People don't realize it goes all the way till mid-November.
Now they keep pushing it earlier and later.
Yeah. It starts early May now instead of June 1st, and
goes through November.
Mid-November, I think. Yeah, it's crazy. So it's
one of the big reasons I had to move like the Lauderdale Boat Show and some of those because I couldn't have the yachts come across because of the hurricane season still. So that's some reason some of that.
I was wondering why the Lauderdale Boat Show got pushed back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Learn something new every time hanging out with Tommy.
Well, half my sponsors are down there,
So that's why. That makes perfect sense. All right, so we talked a little bit about what we're catching now. We talked about the weather. We went down the diatribe there on the nearshore mackerel and triple tail. So want to give away a free trip, and then we'll get into our King of the Beach conversation. Remember, you do have to comment one time on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream in order to be eligible to win those free trips. If you want a chance to win the free entry we're giving away to King of the Beach tonight, it's KOTB, King of the Beach. Shortened there in the comments. So again, KOTB. All right, so let's give away our first free trip of the night. We're going to give away a 5-hour half day for 2 guests. 5-hour half day for 2 guests. Lucky winner is Billy Fennell from Largo, local Largo winner. Congratulations, Billy, on that 5-hour half day for 2 guests. We appreciate you watching. Remember, if you're picked as one of the lucky winners, whether it's one of our fishing trips, whether it's the King of the Beach giveaway, you do have to text us your full home address to that phone number on the screen. That's how you're entered that's how you claim your free trip after you get picked as one of those lucky winners. All right, with that, let's launch into it. King of the Beach.
King of the Beach.
I mean, it's been around a while, huh?
30 years.
30th anniversary.
30th anniversary. That's impressive. And you guys do 2 each year.
Yep, spring and fall.
Spring and fall. And so we're coming up on the fall King of the Beach tournament in the 32nd year. That's amazing. And so it is November 9th.
9, 10, and 11. So 9 is the captain's meeting, and the 11th is the fishing day.
And the 10th, don't sleep on the 10th. It's always so funny to me because every year I end up going that Friday night. Because the captain's meeting night is definitely a lot of fun. That's when a lot of people are there having a good time, and that you guys always have a live band going on after all that business gets done, and there's always a good time to be had there. But Friday night is kind of like the community night. There's always a bunch of cool stuff to do there for the family, and
This year we're going to have fireworks on Friday night too, so a little fireworks show. We're kind of giving back to the veterans this fall.
Nice.
Because it's Veterans Weekend. So we actually have a lot of commanders that are going to be coming out on Friday night. We're going to do a special honors for them.
Nice.
And then fireworks at the end of the evening after the live music's over. So kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what time are fireworks?
9 p.m.
Oh, I'll be asleep. No, 9 p.m. That's not too bad. And so the live music's going on until 9.
Yep.
Then the fireworks display happens. And do you guys have the bounce houses and all that this year?
We have some other
We have some
rock wall
other stuff. I think
So
we
you
have
have like a kids area type deal.
It's a family-friendly event, 100%.
Always.
And it's open to the public. A lot of people think, oh, it's a captain's party. You can still come. I mean, anybody can come during anything that we do, any event that we do. But it's a huge festival. If you fish at all or you're watching this, I mean, you should be out there if you're.
And it's much more than just fishing too. Even if you don't fish, which everybody watching this is at least somewhat interested in fishing, I would assume. But even if you don't fish, or even if your better half doesn't fish, or your family and friends don't fish, you can bring them with too. Because what's really cool about the King of the Beach event is the vendors that come out there.
Yeah.
My wife always enjoys going just because there's so many other things to do and see. There's great food. You guys have the whole food truck thing going on again.
So there's food trucks and some other just local businesses coming out too. So we got kind of got a mix. And then I always like fall too because it's, we're getting ready for Christmas. You can find some of the coolest, unique gifts out on our field.
Local small
which
businesses.
is all local small business, supporting our community. So
we have over 50 different vendors.
Yep.
Boats on display.
Artist, apparel. I mean, anything you can think
St.
of.
Pete Cornhole going to be out there again?
Yep. Of course.
Get some fresh cornhole boards. That's awesome. So, Captain's meeting November 9th, the community event November 10th. And what's the timing on the community event?
Gates open at 5. Live music starts at 6 and goes till 9, and then fireworks at 9, and kind of wrap it up by 10.
So gates open to 5, music's from 6 to 9, fireworks, and then the tournament day. That's always, people are confused about that. You can kind of show up almost midday.
Yes, and in fact, this round we're opening up a little bit earlier because the Veterans Boat Parade, which is put on by the American Legion, at 11 o'clock they start their whole thing, and a whole bunch of boats that are all decorated with American flags, so you can come view them and hang out on our field early. So if you do want to come early before all of the fishing stuff takes place, there's still stuff to do.
So it's like a Veterans Day and King of the Beach event all wrapped into one. That's awesome.
Yes.
So that Saturday is going to be a special day. So it kicks off at 11 a.m. Saturday. It goes all the way to, 9, 10 o'clock at night, right?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun. And the King of the Beach, if you are sitting here, some of our viewers are from out of state and can't make it down here for King of the Beach. But one of the cool things is, like, for example, me, sometimes I'm putting the kids to sleep. I can watch the weigh-in live. You guys stream it live.
Yep.
On your YouTube?
It goes through YouTube, but we embed it on our website too. So
Nice.
Either way.
So you can get to it right on Old Salt Fishing.
Fishing.org. Yep.
That's it. All right, perfect. So you can watch online on YouTube, or you can show up in person. It's going to be a great event and a good time. And plus, all the proceeds, you guys are always doing something cool with the proceeds.
So this year, because it's Veterans Day, we are giving back to all veterans organizations, not all, but several veterans organizations out there. We have a huge poppy drive also that's taking place.
Nice.
For the veterans on that side. It's you know, our big sponsor. I mean, we donate a lot to Park and you know several some Master Ovarian Cancer Foundation and a lot of other local charities. Like you're talking about at Gator Gyms, our thing is less X boxes, more tackle boxes. Any kid that comes through our line gets a package as well. You know, they don't even have to have a fish.
No.
They just got to be on the boat, be in line, be on the boat. Like I said, it's a family event. We have over 60 ways to win.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Wait, 60 ways to win?
60
but
ways
yes.
to win.
0?
Yep. Between, we've got a ladies division, we've got a youth division, you've got a traveling angler division.
You guys have a kayak angler division yet?
So it's not separate, but they can, weigh in the overall division, or technically, I guess, would we let them be single engine? I mean, like if they were
think
both.
I feel like two hands. You're in double motor right there.
Yeah, right.
That'd be
awesome.
an interesting question.
It's only, and you can only have as many people that fit on the kayak, because we do have people that fish in kayaks. We also have people who fish from land. And land-based, they can only have
two people, and you have to be
people.
fishing together. You
Yes.
can't be across county from each other.
Yeah, you can't have somebody at the Skyway and somebody up here 60.
Right.
They got to be together.
So you have so many land anglers that enter King of the Beach, so you have special land angler rules.
Yes.
That's impressive. I didn't realize the breadth of shore-based anglers in King of the Beach.
Yeah, we have yet for a shore base to win, on the
But
top
they've placed
five,
before.
but they've placed.
Yeah,
Place.
I know the guys on the Skyway, the
Yeah.
Skyway Misfits group. They catch some big kingfish out
Yeah,
there.
they do.
They do.
It's crazy.
Yes.
And they're huge. There's huge support of our organization, and I mean, they do a lot for us.
Yes, they
You
come
know,
out and
really do.
volunteer very heavy, help us set up and break down.
Because
That's awesome.
everybody
Good group.
in Old Salts we're all volunteers. Everybody, including myself, Amy, and the whole board. It takes over 200 people to build this event. It's countless hours. We're on the field, and those people don't realize, but it takes us a week. We're a week ahead of the event to build the whole thing, the event. So we need hands. If anybody out there looking to volunteer, you can go right to our website and jump
Great
on.
point.
Yep.
It's
right there. In the link.
If
Josh just put the link in the
if
chat
you're-
there if you want to volunteer.
If you've got some kids that are local too that are older and they need Bright Future
Hours,
hours,
we can sign off on those too.
There you go.
You
Your
know.
kids need to volunteer to get those
And
Bright Future
would you rather
scholarships.
be at a nursing home or on a
I wish I knew that in high
know,
school.
right?
I did some stupid volunteer stuff. I would have been hanging out at King of the Beach getting volunteer
I
hours.
was at
Yes.
Freedom Square.
Yeah.
But it was like, so you can come out there and do that. You can come out any of the days, help set up, break down. We always need people as well, because we split our group down. We do our the award ceremonies on Sunday. Now, just because of the amount of fish that we do have come in. So we moved that to Sunday. It's at Caddy's this year. I believe
Yes, it's
that's
actually at Caddy's and John's Pass.
John's
Oh,
Pass,
nice.
yes.
That's
So-
awesome.
So the old hut.
Yeah.
So it's so we'll be there, and it's a great time. Like I said, we have some cool things going on too, because it's the 30th anniversary. 30th place gets $5,000 for 30th place
30th place gets
So literally, like a
$5,000.
20-pound fish could take $5,000
all day long.
all day long.
And our year date is 2023.
So
So
23rd
you can
place.
correct me because I say it wrong all
Yes,
the time. So
so
how much money do you get if you
You
weigh
win
a fish closest,
$2,023.
Nice.
Makes
closest
sense.
to 20.23 without going over?
Yeah, we don't go over. You go. Sorry.
20.23 pounds gets you $2,023.
Yes.
Interesting.
We've got a Spanish mackerel division. The Spanish mackerel side of it. If you're in the tournament, it's a $55 add-on. If you want to fish for Spanish mackerel only, it's $110 to get in. And
It's not bad.
And so far, we've given no less than $5,000 for first place every single time.
And it's technically it's more than $1,000 a pound.
Because
When
the
you think
average
about it.
is
It's 5
about
pounds.
5
Yeah.
pounds.
Yep.
That's
So
amazing.
So that's it's a game for everybody. We've got our single outboard engine division sponsored by Suzuki. That you win a 200 horsepower full setup. You're not just getting an engine. You're getting all the rigging, everything done. Full package deal is worth like
$19,286.
You can see why Amy's here.
Yeah,
Last time me and Tommy were here, we're fumbling through things. Amy's just on the ball. She knows the figures.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm just a pretty face.
That's what it is.
We've got the face for radio. That's awesome. Wow, so $19,000 motor rig setup. So you not only win the motor, but it's fully rigged out on your boat.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize you get a motor. That's all well and good. It costs a lot of money to install a motor.
Yes.
Right. So everything.
Take it from me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And it's so that's there, and then you choose once you get to me, if you're in a single outboard engine division boat, you can decide to win in a single engine, or you can ask to go overall. Last year.
So wait, when you let's say I'm fishing a single engine boat and I put a 50-pound kingfish up on the scale. I come up to you and you give me the choice.
Before you put it on scale.
Oh, before I put it
on the
Before
scale.
you put it on the scale.
You tell us where you think you want to put that fish.
I'm your last
chance.
But I can't tell you where to put it. I can tell you, but everything's listed on the board. I can tell you that we've had people weigh in the single outboard engine division that would have won the whole event. I can also tell you that second place last year was in a single outboard engine division boat, or single outboard engine. He did the math right there, and he decided to take another engine. He won the single engine division the year before.
Yep.
And the new engine that he put on was he did the math. Like I said, he took second place overall.
Nice.
So I will say a bit of advice just from all the years is if you are in a single engine division and you've got a decent fish, you might want to sandbag a little and try to be last.
It's called the single engine division shuffle. That's what we
single
like.
engine division sandbag.
Yes.
Well, it's a shuffle because you watch them sit back.
Yeah, they jump back in line. You go further back in line.
Because if you got a single engine boat and you're sandbagging a little bit, you can get up to the table and have a better idea if you want to go overall. Because if you go overall and get second place, it's not going to be quite as big of a prize as
first place single.
Because first place single engine, you get a brand new motor.
Engine. Yep.
But and also either way, you still qualify for all the Calcutta money.
Because it's the biggest.
Man, so a Kingfish tournament, there's some strategy.
Yes. Yes, there is.
It's not just fishing.
It's a Tuesday critter that just likes to eat. It's not that hard.
You guys
to catch.
turning into this whole thing.
Yeah, we made a game of it.
Yeah. So it's a lot of our winners come from the Bay. They come from the Skyway area, the old Reddington Pier area, Clearwater Hard Bottom. We have a 30-mile boundary on the event, so it's not like you can compete against.
That's what I was
triple
going
and
to
quads.
say.
I mean,
It's a really great starter tournament. If you've never, if tournaments seem a little scary when you're first thinking about getting in them. It's an easy one to learn on because, one, there's so many ways to win. Mm-hmm. We usually have one of the lowest entry fees. You don't have to go all crazy in it. And we have a 30-mile boundary, so it kind of levels the playing field a little bit against those guys with the, really, quads
fancy
and triple.
Boats.
Yeah, So, it just makes it a little more fair for anybody to win.
So you have a 30-mile barrier to the west, obviously. Mm-hmm. North and south, what's the barrier?
30.
No, Boca Grande to Cedar Key.
Boca Grande to Cedar Key.
We didn't change that yet.
Coming
soon.
Yeah.
It'll be 30 miles radius.
Well, it's hard to do radius because we based it on Latin line, so we just have a definitive. That way we don't, we want to keep everyone honest, so that way that they can, literally know where they are in the round, and then they can.
Makes it a little bit tough.
So we're working on figuring out exactly how we can do
the
that a little
lines
bit better.
are in the rules for everything from the north end to the south end. It's the 8320 line out of the Johns Pass safe marker. That's our 30-mile mark. So you go north, you're going to be a little shallower. You go south, you're going to be a little deeper. But that's the best way we can do it right now because those lines are everybody can see them.
But even Cedar Key, if you try to run up to that corner of that box, it's still not that far away.
No.
Compared to some tournaments.
And obviously we do it just because, they do have tails and they do fall bait. So, we got to have somewhat of a range there in there. We have local fish here year-round. But
I will
when
tell
that
you,
stack comes in.
most of the winners in the last couple of years have all been right here. A lot of them in the Bay, like I said, up in the. It's just been amazing.
From G-Cut, like Port Manatee, all the way through Egmont Channel, that hard bottom where the Reddington Long Pier used to be like 150 yards off the beach there. That Clearwater Hard Bottom's only a few miles off Clearwater Pass. So those are the hot spots.
Yeah.
And we skipped over that Blinds Pass Hard Bottom about a mile. I skipped that on purpose.
Yeah. But
just kind of look. There's boats on all
peaks,
of them. You found it.
If you've never fished it before, like just look for the bunch of boats that are out there.
True.
You know, I mean, they're gonna be stacked up. You know, and that's, I think, the coolest thing about it is, you know, we've had several single engine division winners that win the overall. And it's like I said, it's anybody's game. It's a kingfish. Everybody out there is doing pretty much for the same thing. You know, so I mean, there's not too many secrets to it. The other cool part about the King of the Beach is people will network with you. We have a lot of people come from out of town to fish this event, and one of the biggest things that they say is that they feel like they're in their home water. You know, between all the bait and tackle shops, between the marinas out there, between all that, they're like, we're just welcomed. You know, and you don't get that a lot of places. I did the tour, and to try to get information out of somebody is a difficult thing.
What tour are you talking about?
An old
Back
SK
in the SK
tour,
days.
Oh, yeah.
FLW, and
That was a hardcore tour, SKA.
and our division here was
They were
was
popping
tough.
tires in places.
Yeah, and we were hiding bait in people's boat too.
Oh, yes.
So I mean, it was
Different
it was
era.
Fun game.
Yes,
Fun
it
game.
was.
You want to admit that on
It's all right. It was,
I had
it
one
was
of the few
mutual.
all-girl teams for
Oh, yeah.
for one season.
For SKA.
Yeah.
That was a different era for sure. It was
Yeah,
fun.
It was, and it's you know, there's some tours out there now that are picking up that if you once you get into it and you get that fever, you tend to really stick with it. You know, and like I said, it's you like, and if you can travel and you can take
an
off some of the time, it is.
Yes.
I mean, just like any part of fishing is an addiction to it, but you know, once you do that and you start traveling and you go some places and do it, you know, you get up to Biloxi or something if you got the right weather. I mean, it's some of the most
Yes.
insane fishing
That's
in the world.
insane, yeah.
I seen it look like Bow Grand Pass with literally you got a 40 to the side of the boat, just pop it off and let it go. It's not going to qualify. You know, I mean, it's just
Crazy.
Crazy.
you know, and that's you know, and that's like I said, it's a community, and it's a huge community event. We couldn't do it without the city of Madeira Beach. They've been fabulous with us.
And you guys are now a premier event in the county, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's actually VSPC recognizes it. It's one of 15 events in the whole county that gets that premier status.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
We're very proud of that. And like I said, we've got a lot of anglers that come in from out of town, and we couldn't do it without Visit. You know, they're a great supporter, and with the community, they push the event as well. And like I said, it's something to see.
It is.
It's something to be a part of.
If you have not been to a King of the Beach tournament, you're missing out.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes.
I got
And-
started. That's how I ended up in this where I'm sitting right now.
And
I
definitely
mean-
for all the people out of town, they can
Yeah.
definitely tune in on the live stream and just actually kind of see how it works.
Get a taste of
Get
it.
a taste of it. It's really interesting sometimes to watch a live weigh-in.
Yeah, most of the time, my wife and I put the kids to bed, and we watch the tail end of the tournament and see who gets crowned king after the kids go to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's I mean, that's one of the most exciting parts for us. I mean,
Or
like I
gets
said,
crowned queen.
Proud-
Or
like,
queen,
I am
you know.
waiting for a queen.
We've had a queen. I think she holds the actual
I
record.
think she.
That was
No. She didn't hold the record anymore. We had a 65-pounder, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, Manny Galveo.
No.
Who was that?
Wasn't
was,
that Pro Marine?
No. It'll come to me.
Well, I know Pro Marine had two 65-pounders in 1 year, right?
Not in our
Tournament
events.
wins.
Yeah,
Not-
they had-
okay.
Yeah.
That was big fish, man.
Yeah, it was like
But
62, whoever had it.
Who knows? I mean, some of the big Kingfish tournament wins so far this year, this fall's run, have been in the low 40s.
40s. Yeah.
So a 40-pound fish might take
Typically,
it.
it's 40s that we
Yeah.
see. And that 1 year was just a crazy year. I think
Spring
big
is
fish-
normally a bigger fish, right?
Yes.
A lot of times, it just depends on that blow and where the bait's at. You know.
But what's your best guess winning fish this year? Fall.
I am going to go with, I think it's going to be 44 pounds.
44?
Last year was what 38.
I know, but I'm going 44. I think they're going to move up. I think we've had some good weather this round. Last
Yeah.
year's weather was a little
Got a
off.
nice big cold front this week,
that's-
maybe a second one this weekend, so
So
might
I'm-
get some cooler water.
I'm pushing for a 44.
So
44.
there you go.
What about you, Tommy?
I'm thinking in the same thing, mid-40s fish.
40s.
Hey, if anybody catches a 44, I'll buy you a drink.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it. We got a Calder. So let's go ahead and give away another free trip. We gave away our 5-hour half day for 2 guests. Let's give away our Hubbard's Marina swag pack. Let's see who the lucky winner is of that Hubbard's Marina swag pack. And we still got the 10-hour, the King of the Beach winner as well. Steve Rasmussen, congratulations on that Hubbard's Marina swag pack win. You are the lucky winner of the swag pack. We still got the 10-hour all day to give away. If you want a chance for that King of the Beach free entry, remember you have to comment KOTB as in boy. King of the Beach. That's what you have to comment on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook stream in order to be eligible to win that free King of the Beach giveaway that we're going to do at the end of the show, right before that 39-hour giveaway. Let's see, what questions do we have? Let's see if anybody has any questions for us, and then we will get rolling on to going on the 10-hour trip. Should I use the double snell? Definitely bring it with you, and a small chunk of threadfin. You got a chance for those nice mangrove snapper, but we're really focused on those hogfish, fishing those little hog balls or those banana jigs from Rogge's rigs that we sell in our shop. Also the fancy old knocker rig. What's your favorite hogfish jig?
Mine's the knocker.
Knocker
That's
rig.
my
Knocker rig.
favorite. Yep.
The go-to with the
Yeah.
live shrimp.
Yeah.
Live shrimp.
Yeah, I mean the sand fleas work, some of the small crabs, but the knocker rig with the live shrimps, the tried and true for sure.
Yep.
How many balls though?
Oh yeah, the little beads. So that's one thing they argue about. Some of those guys, they like the little beads between the lead and the hook. Are you a bead user?
No.
You put jewelry on your knocker rig?
Yeah, I don't too.
I
Not
don't.
yet.
No.
We haven't put the jewelry on.
I got guys on the boat with me that will do it. We'll go side by side. I don't know if it makes a difference, but
I feel like
haven't,
hogfish are like the great equalizer. It doesn't matter what you're doing, what bait you're using, what you're doing right. I mean, sometimes it just
I don't
dumb
know.
luck.
I always find that I end up being the lucky one on the boat. I will catch 4 or 5, and
Most
everyone
of
else is
are.
like barely one.
The lady,
That's
the
what
I don't
lady
know
luck.
what
patience.
The patience.
Patience level.
And I
is
don't
different.
put anything fancy. I'm just fishing.
Tom, we got a question from Tampa Offshore Fishing. Is Tom wearing the new King of the Beach shirt?
Yes, he is.
You look very fancy.
Yeah.
I brought one for each of you too.
I see that over on my chair.
I
I'm
just
very
don't know
thankful.
what size it's like.
You guessed
I
right.
guessed
You
size,
guessed
know.
perfectly. So thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, the brand new one there.
Yes,
We've got
it
the
is.
American
American
flag on
flag
there
on
for the Veterans Day and
Pro Marine.
Pro Marine.
Jim Nassett's a big supporter.
Yeah,
Has
Huge
been for
people.
a long, long time. Yep.
Yeah, if you haven't checked them out.
Can people find these online?
Yes, they can. They can actually buy them online before you can get to the event for till November 2nd, and then we pull them offline
Okay.
because we want to make sure we can ship them
Before they get
and deliver
there.
that before and then otherwise after that we go. You can buy them on the field after that.
Okay, so shop.oldsaltfishing.org. You can buy your King of the Beach 30th anniversary King of the Beach shirt now, or you can buy it on the field.
Right.
But it's tough to buy it on the field and get it home. I bought
Yeah.
a King of the Beach shirt that didn't make it home many a time.
yeah. Well,
Yes.
we've
And
had people leave.
it does come in light blue as well, as you can see up there on the screen too. It's pretty cool.
Nice,
Yeah.
light blue or white. So you got some options there, but some nice looking T-shirts.
And,
for
and
sure.
the girls, we have V-necks.
Oh, very cool. You got all the options.
Got the options.
So it's
Nice.
and it's funny. I see guys with shirts that before my time. I'm like, and they pull them out and they look like they've never been worn.
Well, Brent Moggs,
Brent,
I
yeah,
think, has
maybe.
every year.
Who?
Brent,
Brent Moggs
from
from
Mastery
Mastery.
Engine Center. He's he's a brand new one, and he had one that he wears. He buy 2 every year.
Wow. That's like the fisherman's ideal supply house shirts.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
when I was a kid, I used to collect those.
That everybody wants that mermaid that's just a little bit scandalous.
Yeah, my dad always used to deface mine with a permanent marker.
That's funny.
He would draw a little bra on all the mermaids.
I could see your dad doing that.
Oh, good times.
One of the biggest questions we get is how do we keep everybody honest?
Yeah.
So just so everybody out there knows, we do up to 6 lie detector tests. And we do
This is
obviously
legit, too. I've
We
seen it.
actually do first place overall, obviously first place single engine, first place Spanish mackerel, and then we have 3 just random lucky winners.
of the just pick a
Is
name
it-
out of the
yeah.
hat.
Pick a name
Yeah, like
out of
we
the
had,
hat.
we even did like 20th place one year. I mean, so you just never know. Never
Just-
know.
I'd be like, really? Come on, guys.
Yes.
20th place. You want to call me in for a lie detector test?
Hey, it's just you know.
It helps
Keeps
keep
all-
I've had
everybody
guys
honest.
that win first place that also win 20th place. You know, the same
Yeah.
guys, but it's legit. You have to be
Don't
there.
talk about Steve like that. So you
Yeah.
never know.
You
Yeah,
never
know.
know.
Never know.
Never
but
know.
it's but like I said, it's one of those things that just keeps everybody honest.
And we do have two people who check the fish in when you get on there.
Yeah.
So when you get on deck, if you have any rigs or anything going on, make sure everything. They feel the belly. They look at the eyes.
Yeah.
You know, they
We tag all the fish too, and the
Yes.
tags stay on the fish, and it's with your boat number,
and when they
and
go
it
to
goes to the fish house because now the checks aren't given out till Sunday. If they find anything squirrely or what's the word?
Unknown object.
Unknown object in there, they will let us know immediately.
Because once they make it to the fish house, they get gutted
Gutted.
and processed.
Correct.
And you guys use the fish for charity too.
Yes.
So even the meat from the fish, not only do the proceeds from the event go to charity, but the meat from the fish that are caught and
Yes.
brought into the scales are all used for
Yeah,
charity.
we're one of the few permitted tournaments in the state of Florida that actually get a license to resell that.
That's
That's
awesome.
very cool.
You know, yeah. It is.
So wait, the tournament is licensed to resell fish?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, resell specifically the kingfish.
Yeah. You have the CMP commercial license
Yes.
as a tournament?
As a tournament.
Very, very rare and very, very difficult to maintain.
So your LLC owns a coastal migratory pelagic permit?
It's
Well,
only
it's not.
per-
No, it's
only-
not that. It's actually a tournament permit.
Yes,
It's a specialized permit.
and there's not many of them out there.
Yeah.
So
I've never even heard of
and
it. That's
technically,
awesome.
you know, every tournament who is going to sell their.
Is that a
campers-
moratorium permit so that they don't make more of those, I assume?
I don't believe. I don't know. I honestly don't know that answer that question.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll have to unpack that one after the show. Yeah,
But technically, you know, the other tournaments that run, they do need one of these
every tournament
if they're
does.
going to keep your
If-
fish.
Yeah,
So that's
cool.
why a lot of the tournaments don't keep your fish because they don't want to be responsible for that resale permit.
Yeah, no, that's.
but
that's
it does a lot of times. I mean, the price is high, and it does add to that charity side of it, and it's a huge benefit. And seeing that we are a 501c3, I mean, they can before we had them just write it right to our charities, so now they can write it to us, or they can also
Right,
be
right,
involved
take
and decide actually where they like some of that to go. So it's
That's
so
cool.
everybody's involved. Like I said, that's the big part about it. And it's an awesome undertaking. I don't know how many I've done. Did you count it now? You know.
Oh,
Do you
how many?
know?
Yeah, you're on your 36th tournament, 36 King of the Beach that you've been president of.
Running it. That's not including fishing it prior.
No, not including fishing it.
Thank you,
That's
Jimmy Hassan,
amazing.
for wrapping me into this. If you're listening out there,
so 36 years. So if you're
I've
doing
been- no,
two
no,
a
two a
year,
year.
No, no.
I've done
36
As a
tournaments,
So
so-
he's been doing it
Yes.
for we're going
17
17
years?
years. Yeah.
Yes.
wow,
Next year will be 18. Yep.
that's crazy.
Yes. It's yes it is. Yes it is.
Yeah, when we
You've
first,
been president of that organization a little while.
just a little while.
It's hard to give a free shirt away. It really is. I mean, we've got and then without the board that we have a working board that's tremendous.
Yeah.
Everybody pitches in. It's
And
What I was talking to Celia from Salty Dog Fishing
Mm-hmm.
Charters. And she mentioned that she's on the board now. What was really cool that you guys do that I was unaware of is you have that trial year.
yes.
yeah, so she's on the
She's in the
on
trial year right now.
That's crazy.
Well, because you got it.
Not only is it an all volunteer board, but you have to literally trial year
Well, we
to
want you to
volunteer
know-
to volunteer to the
Yes.
volunteer board.
Yeah.
Well, we
I
want
was
people to
like,
understand.
wait a minute.
So when I got handed it over originally, it was like, here's a notebook. And I was like, oh. And
Where's
how
the,
about everything else?
figure it out.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
No, I was
just
voluntold
because,
to run the Florida Guides Association.
So you know what we're talking
finding,
about.
I'm finding what you're talking
you know,
about.
now everything's digital. We still get memorabilia from people constantly, past presidents. We had Jimmy Hassan and Randy Keys, both past presidents, speak at our last meeting.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to make
And-
that seminar.
Well, you know, just so for all you guys out there, every month Old Salts does put on a seminar, And we are actually now recording them, and so after the fact, if you are out of town, you can go watch our seminars after.
Yeah,
Just punch.
Zach's putting them on your Facebook page, right?
Yeah. They
Or
live on YouTube.
Is it on YouTube or on your Facebook?
They live on YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
That's
they
really
do,
cool.
November's meeting's kind of interesting because we're not actually having a meeting. We're having our annual fish spread contest.
Oh, yes.
So that
I
is
believe I
We're
was
bringing
invited
it
to be the judge
Judge,
on that one.
yes.
Yes.
You can be a judge. I mean, there's 30-some fish spreads.
Well, we haven't been able to do it since COVID. It got
Lame.
shut down. So
Yeah.
now this year we are fully back with it and
Nice.
excited to have it. So
Yeah, so it should be.
Yeah, we had a chili
should be
contest at Final Friday. Well, you guys were there.
Yeah.
Did you get to try some of the chilies?
No, we did not.
we got there late and it was all gone so
Dude,
fast.
food went
I
fast.
couldn't believe how fast it went because we weren't that late.
Well,
behind.
James got a second cooker. I was like, yeah, we could do a second cooker to try to get the line moving faster. The line didn't move any faster. The food just went faster.
Faster.
I was like, oh, this wasn't a good idea.
What was the number? 480 beers you gave away?
Yeah,
I
it was
believe?
480 beers,
Wow.
and it was less than 2 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah, way less than 2 hours because we were there
Yeah,
and it was wiped out.
it was a busy,
There was a
busy
lot of
Final
people on the
Friday.
pass.
Yep.
It was, and I mean the music was good.
It was a fun
A lot
one.
of people,
It was a
a
good
lot
time.
of people in costume, a lot of kids going out trick or treating. That was nice.
Yeah.
You guys really hosted a great event out there, and I think everybody had. Everything I saw, everybody had a good time, and there didn't seem to be any problems anywhere through the past. So that's always a bonus.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
chili was great, and we definitely have some plans in store potentially for the next one. We're still working on what kind of contest we're running, but we're going to do a
Cool.
crawfish boil and all that. So hopefully we'll see you at Final Friday for November. So
let's
it
do
is
that.
time. Let's give away our 10-hour all day for 2 guests, right, Josh? 10-hour all day for 2 guests. We'll get to one more question, and we'll throw out there the Fritz. What's up, buddy? So lucky winner of the 10-hour all day for 2 guests from Sun City Center, Fritz, and him and his mom and his stepdad fished the 10-hour quite a bit, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Lucky winner. And we still got the 39-hour trip for 1 guest and the King of the Beach, a lucky winner. Remember, if you want a chance to win that King of the Beach entry, you have to comment KOTB, in order to be eligible to win the free entry to King of the Beach. So, you guys have anything else you want to add?
I do. So there is one other thing. So we talked a lot about that Suzuki engine being the single engine winner. We also are doing a raffle for another one. So on Saturday, we will actually give away 2. So if you aren't fishing in the event or you just want to buy another chance at winning one, you totally can. And all of that money that we raise for that, again, just helps benefit all of our local charities that we give back to.
So one thing we didn't mention as well, in addition to that, is how much does it cost to enter the tournament?
It is
If you're not one of the lucky free
if you're not
winners
the lucky
tonight,
free
Are
winner.
we gonna do like a flash bomb right now too? And
So, yes, right now it is $350,
Mm-hmm.
which is our on-site price because we just ended our pre-registration.
Yeah.
But we talked about it before we came on the show. For the next 24 hours, we're going to put it back to $300.
nice. There you go.
So we're going to give everybody another chance to save $50. So get
Okay.
in, but you only have 24 hours. So only tomorrow all day. I think, Jim, if you're listening, make sure you get that
Jim,
note.
help us. So 24 hours, $300. Enter King of the Beach, and overall winner. I mean, sometimes that's north of 100. I mean, it's
So in spring it was
when
about
it's all wrapped,
$105,000. They were entered in all the TWTs, and that's what they went home with.
Holy moly.
TWT's
100K.
Yeah.
Jim is
tour.
listening.
There you go.
All right. So
Also told us the
Oh, there you go, Richard.
Oh,
Richard
good.
Fabrizi.
Yeah.
Was,
There we go. The 62. That's who it was for Breezy.
there it is.
Yes.
If you go on the website, we have what, 20 years of Kings or 10 years of Kings? What do we
Is
got
it?
now?
It's the Decade of Kings. So there's a cool little video, and it shows 20 of the last winners who have all gotten to wear the crown.
That's cool.
Yep.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yes.
Very, very cool stuff. Well, super excited. Definitely a cool event. If you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, make sure you do so. And there's our chili cook-off winner, Francine Brenton. What's going on? She was the lucky winner. Her chili was real good.
Nice.
Real good. She called it. She said she was going to get. There was a lot of good entries.
Well, if you make fish bread, come on out to ours in a
Yeah.
couple
Oh, we were
weeks.
talking.
Yeah.
He's a cream cheese guy.
Cream cheese guy.
Yeah.
I
all
mean,
right,
I don't
all right.
discriminate. I like all fish bread. But some jalapeno peppers and some cream cheese, very, very good.
Yeah.
I do prefer my hot and creamy.
There you go.
All right, so we have covered a lot tonight. We do want to mention some of the things we talked about from that golf council meeting real quick. So we will get into that, and then we have our giveaways to do as well. So we got a lot of giveaways to cover tonight. And, of course, we want to make sure we give a shout out to those who have sent stars as well, because we had quite a few star senders. D. Beers, what's going on? Gary Camage, Frank Pender, Richard Bedwell, again with 1,000 stars. Appreciate everybody with the stars send in tonight. And, of course, all of our supporters out there and our buddies at Gator Jim's Tackle who make the show possible. So thank you, everyone, for your support. As far as the Golf Council meeting goes, we have a super in-depth video that's going to be coming out here tomorrow, or the next day. I don't know exactly when. Josh and Jared will throw that together, but super in-depth video, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. But the big thing that you want to take away from it is we are waiting on pins and needles, bated breath. There is some serious potential for at least discussion of and kind of structure in place for a federal for-hire extension to red snapper season, which would be a really big win. And it was comical because in the meeting discussing, I brought the conversation up, and it was kind of like, well, most people have given up on fishing this time of year. People are duck hunting and deer hunting, and the federal for-hire fleet's kind of done fishing. I was like, well, Central West Florida isn't. Southwest Florida isn't. The guys down in Fort Myers, Naples, St. Pete, Tarpon Springs, we could you just took our gag grouper season that we fish all the way through December with. So if you want to throw us some red snapper, we'll take them down here.
Yes.
Because it's so interesting. Other parts of the Gulf just stop fishing. Like my buddies in Destin, once the Destin rodeo's over at the end of October, they put their boats up and they're done until
Really?
like March.
The blow up there is a little different though too.
Yes, true.
You can get some gnarly weather quick.
Don't patronize them.
We just appreciate their support.
Yeah, part-time fishermen. No, it's funny. In like Alabama, like they're all about college football.
Yeah.
Like once my friend from Biloxi said, once the tailgates drop, people stop fishing. I was like, what do you mean by that, tailgates drop? He had to explain to me that means tailgating.
Tailgating, yes.
That went right over my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting. Different parts of the Gulf, like in Texas, once the deer hunting starts, it's over. Like there's just no charter fleet on the water.
There's a lot of guys that switch gears like that. It's wild, but less pressure.
Yeah, less pressure. So apparently, Central West and Southwest Florida are the only people who care about a red snapper season extension. And then also on top of that, the red grouper closed July 14th. And the idea with that is the last 2 years previous, we've overfished the red grouper. Mm-hmm. They couldn't close it quick enough. And we get into snapper season in summer, and we're catching so many fish so quickly, the quota gets filled and overfilled. So they wanted to be super cautious this year and close it early. And the conversation is very real that if there's quota left over and they did close it too early, they're going to reopen.
Wow.
So
like a few days back.
it would be a nice kind of pittance for us after gags closed to see a few extra days.
And a lot of guys missed the gag because we had some squirrely weather come through, and it just was.
This last week was of.
It was just
tough weather.
It was tough weather.
Yeah, so if they open up another, even if it's a week of federal for-hire red snapper and even a week of red grouper, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
But who knows? It might be a lot more. So keeping our fingers
gift,
crossed.
yeah.
And with that, there's always bad news too, right?
Oh.
So the wave 4 data that we're kind of concerned about and waiting on is lane snapper and midwater snapper.
Yeah.
So those could potentially both be closed. Everything else is looking pretty healthy and staying far away from the quota. So We are waiting. Wave 4 data could be coming out probably this week. We'll know all the answers to all of those questions, and we'll be keeping you up to date. So stay tuned for that. Plus, there was a lot more in those videos too. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be rolling that out tomorrow, the next day, with a big in-depth article. So stay tuned for that. It's time.
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm
Yes.
ready.
See who won a free entry, $350 value. What'd you say? We have a 39-hour to give away too. Yeah. Okay. We have to give away the 39-hour first.
All right, last chance to get the KOTB comment in.
All right, last chance to comment KOTB to enter for a chance to win that free King of the Beach entry. But first, we got to give away our 39-hour trip. So we're going to give away the 39-hour trip for one lucky winner. Then we're going to end the show on the free King of the Beach winner, and then we're going to roll into our supporters after show. If you're in our private supporters group, make sure you roll on over to the supporters after show. That will kick off at 8:55. So 8:55 for the supporters after show. We'd love to see you there. Remember, Josh will drop the supporters link in here after we do the giveaway. If you want to become a supporter, it's only $4.99 a month. You get private access to that private group, behind the scenes communication, a little bit more in-depth look, and a lot more communication. So check it out, and the private after show. Bruce, it's KOTB without the periods, my friend. No, just KOTB by itself, no periods in between it. All right, let's see who the lucky winner is of that 39-hour fishing trip for one lucky winner. 39-hour for one goes to Caleb Jordan in Lakeland, Florida. That's awesome. Congratulations, Caleb Jordan, on that 39-hour lucky win. Now we are going to give away that King of the Beach entry for one lucky winner. Remember, enter KOTB in order to be eligible to win. Josh is setting up that giveaway now, so we will find out who the lucky winner is. Remember, you do have to, just to make sure Bruce is
Just make sure
covered.
Bruce is in there.
Got to do all the iterations, capitals maybe too. Yeah.
There you go.
We're covering our bases here, guys, to make sure everybody's in there. But also, don't forget to like the video for us. Don't forget to check out our friends at oldsaltfishing.org, and check them out on social media as well. Facebook. You guys have a YouTube. You have an Instagram. Anything I'm missing?
Nope.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Check them out there. And definitely a great way to stay in touch with all the great things they have going on. Whenever you're ready, Josh, give us a heads up, my friend. He's dialing it in, the man behind the curtain.
There you go.
So with that, also don't forget, every Sunday night right here, we do that live stream show. Next week, we're going to line up a special guest. I met some postdocs. I didn't know what a postdoc was. Learned that at the Gulf Council meeting. It's a postdoctorate. I guess it's a fancy way of saying a biologist. And they work at USF College of Marine Science. So the head of College of Marine Science at USF is actually a Gulf Council member, Dr. Tom Frazier. And so some of his postdoc students were at the Gulf Council meeting and super interested, and they were doing some studies on discard numbers, because the discard numbers are staggering in the private recreational fleet, and there's a lot of questions behind that.
Yeah.
We've got some Jacob Marsicano, Captain Jacob. He just started with the USF on
On the research vessel.
on a research vessel.
Doing some CRP
And he's their head engineer.
Head engineer.
for those
Cool.
guys.
They were their vessel.
They're offshore
for the
right now.
Hobart, the Hogarth.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's on, and he typically he's on the Weatherbird, but he went on the Hogarth this week to do a amberjack study. They're putting down some drones and
Nice.
counting some fish.
For the the Great American Amberjack count.
Yes.
That's,
So,
that's awesome.
But they've got some really cool trips that they got coming up too that they're really excited about. And we need the research.
Yeah, more research in the area. One cool thing that I didn't put in the video for tomorrow that we learned at this Gulf Council meeting is AI. They're actually using artificial intelligence. So one of the coolest things that I think FWRI does, if you ever make it out to Marine Quest, you guys have been to Marine Quest, right?
Nope.
So you should definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. It's a great kids event. Old Salts should maybe have a table there. But so Marine Quest is at FWRI in downtown St. Pete, and basically the Florida Wildlife Research Institute is there in downtown St. Pete. It's the research arm of FWC, and Marine Quest is the one time a year where they open it to the public, and everything pours out outside. They kind of show you a walkthrough. In our Marine Resource Education program, we do it every year. It's a program where only a select few get accepted into it. Zach did it, and you actually get a tour through FWRI. Oh, cool. And one of the coolest things they do there is this camera study. And this camera study is FWRI has a camera array in the Gulf of Mexico. There's one at the Pascagoula Lab in Mississippi and one in Mobile Lab out of Mobile Bay, Alabama. And those camera arrays are put together, and they have just this huge network of cameras counting fish. But the problem is, some scientist has to then look through all of that footage, and it's hours and hours of footage. It takes months to process all that footage. I can only imagine. But the cameras have the technology, lasers. They can tell how big a fish is, how much it weighs. They can really get a lot of information and a really good health check of the biomass because they've done it so consistently over so many years. So it's a really good indice of abundance to tell the health of the biomass and the health of the population and population trends of abundance. But long story short, it takes so long to process, and they can only process a certain small percentage of it. So they're actually on the very final stages of processing this AI code that will actually enable scientists when those research vessels come in, like when the Hogarth comes back from a research trip, all the information will be processed. Wow. By the time the boat hits the dock.
It's almost scary.
It is. It is. So what used to take a team of humans almost a year to do, and multiple people and thousands of dollars and thousands of hours will be done by a computer in hours. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
But it will improve the science that much. It'll speed up the process that much. So instead of managers making, like, for example, this gag grouper stock assessment that was most recently done, the most recent data used in that assessment was from 2019. Yeah. And they're making management advice and management decisions on it in 2023, right. 4 years after the fact. Whereas that AI advancement will essentially, our science will be in 2023. We'll be making management decisions.
Official recognition now is what we're saying.
Official recognition.
Facial recognition instead of facial recognition.
Yeah. There you go.
I think it's already on the internet that way. I believe that.
Epic.
But.
All right, so nice little rabbit trail. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's see who the lucky winner is of the King of the Beach free entry. It is a $350 value. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Chuck Clark. There it is. Chuck Clark, congratulations. King of the Beach, lucky winner. Remember, anybody who's picked as the lucky winner, you have to text us within 5 minutes your full home address. We mail you out the certificate. In this case, you still got to text us your full home address, Caleb, and we'll let the good people at Old Salts handle it from there. So I don't know. How are you going to do that? Mail, call?
I'll probably call you.
Okay. So text us your full home address. We'll get your phone number from the text.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see the rest of you guys next week for another episode of our live stream show. Every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. right here on the Hubbard's Marina Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Trovo, all those good pages, and our Twitch channel as well. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon out on the water. Come find out why we're the #1 fishing charter in the country. And hopefully, don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Remember, Tuesday's the day, 10-hour all day for a chance to win. Hopefully you guys will check out our friends at Old Salts. Hopefully we'll see you out there for King of the Beach. And come see some fireworks on the 10th.
There you go.
And the 11th, the real fireworks to see who wins a crown.
Yes.
We appreciate you having us as always. And always been a long time supporter of the club. And we just thank you.
We appreciate you guys.
And you might see me Tuesday.
All right. We'll see you Tuesday.
Don't threaten her with a good time.
See you guys.